Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm going to be covering all of the things that you needed to know to get started mining Boid. The prerequisites for mining Boid is that you have a computer or a mobile device capable of running a modern web browser. You should be able to run Boid on just about any device connected to the web that was built within the last 5 to 10 years. For best performance, we recommend that you mine Boid using the desktop app instead of the browser app when possible, as the performance is significantly better. Boid performance and profitability scale very well with high core count processors. A medium-speed 8-core processor seems to outperform a top-tier 4-core processor when performing work with our app. However, I want to stress that a high-performance processor is not required. I have been happily mining Boid using an old iPhone for months now. In this video, I'm going to cover setting up a new EOS account in the Lynx wallet, setting up a new Boid account on the Boid website, downloading and installing the Boid app, and then connecting the two so that you can get started mining today. So to get started, first I'm going to pull up my phone here, and I am going to unlock it and record my phone's screen. So now you should be able to see my phone, and I've got the Lynx wallet already installed, but before we get started, I'm going to show you that you go into the App Store, you click Search, and if you just type in Lynx, you're going to get a bunch of stuff that has to do with like transportation. Apparently in Orlando, that's what public transportation is called. So if you type in Lynx wallet, this EOS Lynx fast secure EOS wallet with, at the current time of this recording, 78 5-star reviews is the one that you'll need to get. After you've downloaded it, the icon looks like the one that you see here on my screen. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Now, I've not created an account yet, so I'm going to go ahead and click the Create Account button. This has a EOS constitution that you have to agree with, so go ahead and read through all of that and make sure that there's nothing in there that you find unreasonable. At this point, you'll be charged 99 cents to your iTunes App Store account, and that 99 cents is going to be used to cover the expenses that Lynx has in relation to setting up the account. So I'm on an iPhone 10, so all I do is double-click to pay, and it should do Face ID. It's confirmed, and now it lets me set up an account. So I hit OK. Name should start with a letter, be exactly 12 characters long, and only include A to Z and 1 through 5. So I'm going to do Boid Demo. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boid. So Boid Demo Boid. Next, of course, I'm taking this address, so you'll have to pick something else. So now that's done. So now it's showing me my private key on the screen. Now you need to write down this private key on a piece of paper, print it out, save it somewhere safe. There's really not enough that can be said about the security that you go through to making sure that this private key doesn't fall into anyone else's hands. There's nothing that you can do if someone that's smart gets a hold of your private key to keep them from taking all of your funds. So take this very seriously. Write down your private key somewhere safe. I'm going to go off camera and write this down on a piece of paper. So after you click Next, it says, have you saved the key? And they give you their own message about having it backed up. Yes, I have saved the key. Now you have to type it in here. I have it on my clipboard still. I'm going to hit Done. Boom. So now you have an EOS account. My account name is Boid Demo Boid. You can see it up there at the top. If you dig through the options in the Lynx app, you'll also notice that you were issued a set of keys. One is private, one is public. And those keys you can use to import this account into other wallets. One thing I almost forgot to mention was how to export your keys from Lynx and get them into Scatter. So go ahead and open the Lynx app. And once it's open, you want to click the 3 dots in the top right corner underneath the battery indicator. Then click Export Private Key. You'll then want to write this private key down on a piece of paper, or if you're going to transfer the key from within the same device to another app, you can just click the Copy Private Key button at the bottom. So now we will head back over to Scatter, and I'll show you how to import it. Now that you have your private key exported, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you open Scatter for the very first time. We're going to set up a password and import the keys. I'm choosing a password here, and then after I have typed my password again, I'm just going to click Let's Go. Now I'm going to copy down this password alternative. This is something that you can use if you lose your password. Copy that down somewhere safe. Read the terms of service and hit accept. And then you'll want to choose a folder where you want to save your Scatter backup. I choose the desktop for this demonstration because I'm not actually going to use this wallet, but I recommend you make a smarter decision. Then you click the Add Keys button, and you click the button that says Import Existing Key. Now you'll want to click the Import Private Key as Text button. And then you want to type or paste in the key that we created with links. And then click the Import button. And you will now see that I have linked this account, Boid Demo Boid, that I created in links, and now I can use it with Scatter. I'm going to input a name here that helps me identify this account within my Scatter accounts. You can choose whatever it is that helps you identify this specific key. If you click back, you should see the new identity shows up in Scatter, and that's how you know you're good. Now open up Google Chrome and head over to app.boid.com and click Login. This page works for both registering and logging into an existing account. Go ahead and enter a valid email address where you want us to send notifications to you. And then also type in a password that you want to use for logging into the site. Then click the Register button. The very first time you log into the site, you'll be presented with this information. Go ahead and hit Start, and you can start familiarizing yourself with the website, where your Boid power is, social power. We generated a username at random for you, but you can update it in your profile here. You can come down here where the wallet section is and click this Link EOS account button. Make sure you're logged into Scatter before you get started. So there's going to be this button here, and you can click it, and it's going to allow you to choose from one of your identities. So once you've clicked the button, this little pop-up should come up from the side. If you have multiple accounts, it will allow you to select the one that you want to interact with Boid. If you only have one, go ahead and click Login. After a few seconds, the information on this modal should change, and it should show you the EOS account that you've decided to link with Boid. Go ahead and click the green button to link your EOS account. And then once you've confirmed that this is in fact the correct email address, click Confirm by Email, and an email will be sent to you immediately. Now, I'm not going to show the inside of my email box, but I'm pulling up this email address on my phone right now, and I just got an email from Boid, and it's telling me, did you change the EOS account associated with your account? If so, please click this button. I click the button, and my account is confirmed. So I'm just going to refresh the Boid page here. And once it's done refreshing, you can see that in the wallet section, my EOS account has been linked. You can click change and change your wallet at any time in the future. You can also come up here and click change for changing your team, update the profile information, etc. But the most important thing is this button, add your first device. Go ahead and click this button, and it will detect which operating system you're on and provide you the appropriate link for that operating system. I'm on a Mac, so it gives me a Mac. If you're on a Windows, it will give you the option for Windows. Once the installer is done downloading, you can just double click and the install process will start. You can go ahead and close Scatter at this time because it's not going to be needed anymore. This is the typical install procedure for a Mac, where you just drag and drop the icon into the applications folder. If you're on Windows, you will have a traditional install wizard where you just click the next button over and over again until you're done installing. So when the install wizard completes, you can go ahead and close this box on Mac. If you're on a Windows machine, once the installer completes, it will notify you and it will close itself out. Now that you've completed the install wizard, if you're on Windows, you should have an icon to Boid on your desktop. If you're on a Mac, I like to use the F4 button to bring up this panel where you can select from your apps. I type in Boid and hit return. When the Boid app opens for the first time, it establishes a connection to our server and then prompts you to log in. Please use the email address and password that you chose when you created your Boid account just a few minutes ago on our website. Depending on when it is that you watch this video, we likely will have solved this bug. But right now, in the alpha version 0.0.4, when you launch Boid for the very first time, it gets stuck at this initializing screen. All you have to do is click Refresh Device, and it populates the information about your computer. You'll see your device name at the top. This is the area where your device Boid power will show up. The current project that you're working on shows up here. You can use this gear to change your CPU utilization and whether or not Boid stops when it detects that you're doing work on your computer. You can then throw this toggle switch so that your computer starts to do work. Now, if you have already thrown this toggle switch and your computer doesn't very quickly move to the process of computing tasks, you might have to do a little bit of troubleshooting, which I'll cover here in just a minute. But if after you throw the toggle switch, it moves through and starts producing blue bars anytime within the next 6 to 12 hours, we're good to go. And I absolutely stress, once you've turned this on for the first time, please do not close the app or turn it off or change any of these settings for 6 to 12 hours. You've got to give it plenty of time to get fully registered with our servers and download work and get started. If you're too impatient with it, you're going to cause problems that you're going to have to troubleshoot later, which is what we're going to cover at the end of this video. If you don't have any issues and blue bars start to scroll and you see your device name, everything should be good to go. You can head back over to app.boid.com and log into your account. From there, you will see under my devices, Jennifer's-MBP, that's my wife's name, Jennifer's MacBook Pro, has now shown up in my device lists. You can click the Add More Devices button as many times as you have devices sitting around your house. Just visit that app.boid.com website from whichever device you want to get set up, hit Add More Devices, download the corresponding software depending on which operating system you have installed, install it, link the account, and now you've potentially doubled or tripled your Boid earning power. Okay, so now let's talk about some troubleshooting procedures. If you can't get the Boid desktop app to progress to the point of you earning tokens, I've intentionally been impatient and toggled a bunch of settings and interrupted the network connection so that my Boid desktop app now will not progress past the process of downloading work units. No matter how long I sit here, it won't progress past that. So I'm going to show you how to fix that issue. And this should apply for downloading work units, initializing, or any other process where this is prior to you being able to see the blue bars on the screen. So you want to toggle off the Boid app. Make sure that you close it down completely. If you're on OS X, that means you need to go up here and click Exit Boid. If you're on Windows, you'll need to go down into the taskbar in the bottom right corner, find the Boid desktop app, right-click, and exit. Once you see the icon disappear, on OS X or on Windows, you need to go into the folder that corresponds with your username. So on OS X, I'm going to click down here on Finder. I'm going to click the name of the device on Locations, and then I'll see Macintosh HD. From here, you'll see Users. You should see one of the icons looks like a house, and that should correspond with the username that you used to log in. And then in here, you should see a grayed out folder called Boid. Right-click and hit Move to Trash. And then close that out. After that, you'll want to press the F4 button and type in Terminal. Open Terminal. After you've opened terminal, type in the following command: /applications/boid.app/contents/macOS/Boid. This should launch the Boid app. Go through the normal process of clicking refresh and trying to get your Boid app initialized. You'll need to enter your password here to continue so that it can create a new folder for you. Sometimes you'll need to click the refresh button again to get the window to pull up, and then start this process again. Keep this terminal window open while you wait for another 6 to 12 hours. This terminal window will allow you to copy and paste the logs of what's happening within Boid to us in our technical support forums so that we can tell you exactly what you need to do to fix your specific issue. Typically, deleting the .boid folder and starting everything up again and being patient solves 95% of most people's issues getting this process started. As you can see in the terminal here, I've already started to stream information from World Community Grid. That means I've already gotten through the process of benchmarking the computer, and now we're downloading work units so that this computer can start mapping cancer markers. And as you can see, the first work unit has showed up on the screen. We're good to go. Over the next couple of hours, you should notice that the number of blue bars expands to match directly with the number of processor cores you have. And you might have to click the refresh button a couple of times over the next 12 hours to get more and more of those bars to show up, because sometimes it doesn't populate. Once again, most of these issues are going to be fixed within the very near future. We're currently in the Alpha 0.0.4 build, and the application is incredibly stable for an alpha. As you can see, now that I've waited just a little bit longer, more and more blue bars have started to show up on the screen. So being patient really is key in the initial setup process of getting Boid up and running. All right, so if you're on Windows, this is how you fix that problem. You go into My Computer, whatever hard drive you have everything installed on, go to the Users folder. You want to click the folder that corresponds with the username that you use to log into the computer. And then you want to find the .boid folder in there. You want to right-click on that and hit delete. After you've deleted that, you'll want to find the Boid desktop app icon, right-click on it, and hit Open File Location. After you have opened this folder, you'll want to click in this address bar here so that you highlight and then copy the link to the directory where the app lives. You can go ahead and close these folders out now. You want to come down here where you hit search and type in command and click on command prompt. You'll then want to type in C as in Charlie, D as in Delta, space, and then paste that directory that you copied. Once you've pasted that directory in there, you want to type in capital BOID and press enter, and that's going to launch the Boid app. Once the Boid application has opened up, if it asks you to log in, go ahead and do so. Once you've logged in, go ahead and throw the toggle switch so that Boid gets to work. Make sure that you give it 6 to 12 hours so that it has enough time to go through the entire process of resyncing your account with the servers, downloading work, and getting to work. Patience is absolutely key here. If you have any issues beyond this, make sure that you reach out to us directly on Telegram or on Discord, and make sure that you leave the terminal or the command prompt window open so that we can ask you questions about information that's contained within. This is going to be like a log for troubleshooting if you have issues from here. But the procedure of deleting the .boid app and then launching Boid from the command prompt fixes 95% of most people's issues with getting started. So once again, don't hesitate to reach out directly, dan@boid.com, or you can talk to me in the Telegram or the Discord channels. Thanks so much for your time, and thanks for choosing Boid.